Hello, good afternoon. My name is Santos Gonzalez. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to answer some questions. First things first, what's your name?
Fabiola Rodriguez.
And Mrs. Rodriguez, how old are you?
I am 42 years young.
All right. And where were you born, if I may ask?
I was born in the port of Veracruz, Mexico. It's at the very tip of the Gulf.
Okay. And how far is that from Texas? What would be the fastest way to get there?
I would say by plane, it usually takes you about an hour and 20 minutes. We used to travel by bus, which would take us anywhere between 10 to 14 hours.
All right. And how was it growing up in Veracruz?
It was fun. It was pretty laid back. It's a port, so living near the ocean, we would always go fishing and we would basically live by the bay.
Oh, it sounds like a beautiful place. And if that's the case, why come here to the United States?
When I was very young, my father got a contract for to build sustainable homes here in California, and he was brought here with his partner. My father was an architect, so once we were here, he brought all the family because it was going to be a lengthy project. He was abandoned by his partner, and we were stuck here.
All right. What can you tell me about your parents? You mentioned your father was an architect. What does your mother do?
My mother only studied until the fourth grade. Um, she has done odd jobs here and there and has dabbled into the mystic arts.
All right, you mentioned the mystic arts. What would that be?
Santeria?
In the previous question, you said that your mother would practice Santeria. Can you tell me more as to what that entails?
Basically, you harness the power of spirits and you focus that energy towards a specific goal. Um, Using spirits, for instance, we use the Santissima, uh, which is a holy death, and we basically do it in prayer.
And when did you feel you had this gift with the mystical?
When I was about 12 years old, I started um, reading cards, Spanish cards, and basically moved up after that.
And through this belief of spirituality, how do you practice it?
We usually do prayers to harness energy from the sun, the moon, as well as we do offerings.
Okay. You mentioned that you give offerings. What type of things do you offer?
It basically depends. Usually it's flowers, candles, fruits. It depends on what the focus of the goal is.
Okay. Do altars only serve for offerings?
No, they do not. It's basically a it serves as a worship towards the spirit that is granting us that favor.
Okay. And how do you know when an offering is accepted?
Um, the one that comes to mind is whenever you light a candle, especially if it's scented and the spirit likes it, it creates a flower at the tip of the candle. If you, I don't know if you've noticed, but whenever you go to church or to any other temple, there's no flowers on the tip of the candles. So that, for us, it means that it was accepted.
When it comes to things that are spiritual, many place a stigma that anything regarding spirits is considered dark or malicious. Does any of that apply with Santeria?
It does not. We believe that all powers, all the power is harnessed through one specific place. It doesn't need to veer towards white or black. It's always in the gray area.
And when you perform these healings, what's the catch? Or are there any drawbacks to them?
There is usually it depends on what healings you're doing, but basically, us as healers, we get sick. It draws too much of our energy, and you can say our health, which can be problematic for us.
And do you still perform any of these healings today?
No, I do not. I haven't done it in years. I got sick and have not done
Since this was passed down to you from your mother, would you consider teaching your own children one day?
it. If they ask for it, yes. I'm not gonna force it into them because, like I said, it has drawbacks within health. But if they would like to, I wouldn't see why not.